Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Open eCry market commentary for the week of March 4th. My name is Toby Gennaro from Trade with Precision, and just taking a look at the markets here for this week. And here we are looking at the big SAP stocks on the S&P 500. So we're looking at the ES futures contract here on some of the higher time frames, looking at the monthly chart. We're just really on the second trading day of the month of March. So nothing really new here. Everything is looking good, very strong. All four moving averages in an upward trend, fanning out very nicely in order: the 200, the 50, the 20, the 10, as we've been talking about for quite a while. Higher highs, higher lows. So everything looking really good on the monthly chart. On the weekly chart, really nice pattern here. Some deeper pullbacks on a number of occasions here, and then we just got most recent pullback. Had an indecisive candle last week set up, which gave us a little bit of an inkling that we might be getting a little deeper pullback, which you hadn't had for really almost 2 months here since this most recent one. But then we got a little run up in the latter part of the week, touched at that 10-period moving average and put in a nice bullish candle right there. So we'd really be looking for the break of that candle this week of the high of 1524.50. If we can get a break of that high, more than likely we'll be putting in a new fresh high above that 1530 level based on the weekly chart. As we move down to the daily chart, taking a look at what we have here, have another nice bullish candle setting up here on a second time frame. It's got the high in of around 1519. So if we get the break of this high at 1519, more than likely we'd be looking back to the at least the most recent high of that 1530 level on a break of that high. As we move down in the time frames to the 480, now you can see things are a little bit mixed up where we have a lower high, a lower low, and then we put in basically just an equal high right here. Then we're getting what looks to be almost a 50% retracement of this move right here, and then potentially looking to move higher and then maybe consolidate along this 1525 level before breaking higher, possibly into a new high. So on the overall higher time frames, things looking very bullish here on the big cap stocks. And so the outlook for the week is to break some of the highs of these candles on the daily and the weekly chart, and looking for the markets to push higher into the close of this week. And taking a look from the big cap stocks, moving down to some of the small cap stocks in the Russell 2000. So that means we're looking at the Russell contract available on the ICE exchange. And on the monthly chart, again, very similar pattern here to what we saw on the ES. The only difference was we had a nice flat level that put in on the monthly chart, which finally broke through and broke through big. So consolidation there right around that 860 level, and broke up all the way to the high there of right around 933. So things still looking very bullish, even on the monthly chart. Not too much extension away from the moving averages. All the moving averages in alignment, fanning to the upside very nicely. And very similar to the ES futures contract, had that big pullback and indecisive candle, and then last week had a nice close higher into the end of the week, which put in that bullish candle right there. So we'd be looking for some break above the high of that candle right at 920.50. Once we can get a break at the high of that candle, we'd be looking to push up probably to a new high. So you can see a little better on the daily chart here, a nice pullback, and we haven't gotten a higher high beyond this level right here, which is the high of 920.50. So we'd need a break above the high of that. But we have a nice bullish candle here right in the buy zone, the high of 915.40. We could take an earlier break of that level with our stop just below the low of 896.80. And that would be looking for a move back up to that level at 1930. So that would be one of the setups that we'd be looking for from the advanced course in terms of a trend flow trade setup. And then moving down to the 480-minute chart, we can see the lower high and then the lower low in place. Got to bounce off that. We haven't put in yet a higher high, but we do have a higher low in place with a very nice rejection candle there, and potentially looking to push back up into that 930 level. So things also looking very bullish here on the Russell 2000 index, as well as the ES futures contracts, and overall looking very bullish for the week ahead. And then taking a look at a commodity here, looking at crude oil. Crude oil's been just kind of in a downward trend here for quite some time. We've got moving averages on the monthly chart all in alignment here, the 200, the 50, the 20, and the 10. Looks like moving potentially back down into that 80 level as we move over to the The weekly chart, you can see we just broke down to basically almost a new low for last week. And as we come over to the daily chart, you can see that we've actually got the looks like the 200, the 50, the 20, the 10 just starting to get into alignment there. What I'd be looking for here is really just a pullback. If we can get a rally right back up into this 92.3 level, right up against that resistance level, put us right back into the sell zone in and amongst that 10-20 period moving average, and I'd be looking for that setup candle to look for the market to go lower than, and at least down to back down to this 90 level, if not potentially back down to some of these other levels down here around potentially 85. So the market seems to be setting up on the monthly chart a flat level here. I've already got two touches. If I come down and get a third touch, the market might be looking to go lower, but that level right there is going to be pretty strong, right around 80, and that's been there for going back quite some time. So take a look at that one, see what you think of that one based on the trend flow strategy that we're teaching in the advanced course, and looking to follow some of the trends here on the higher time frames, basically the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, and then the 480 looking for the market to go lower on crude oil. And that's the wrap up for the markets this week. We'd like to thank you for watching the Open Cry market commentary for the week of March 4th, and we do look forward to speaking to you next week on the market update.